E1M1 magazine, issue number 4. Amid evil, feel like a champion. Oh, we got some pretty cool Doom demons. That's pretty rad. See if I can fix the lighting. There we go. Bo did this. This is amazing pixel artwork. Started auto-playing video. That was a bit weird. There we go. I like these very much. So this Kako is pretty great. Fantastic. Pain Elemental. Sort of a bit of a blend of different Dooms. We've got some Doom Eternal stuff, we've got some classic Doom. It does, doesn't it? Right. Cover art by Freeman Loft 2. Freeman 1 of 2. Not Loft. Welcome back to E1M1 magazine. Did you miss us? After our smash hit Kickstarter for the first 3 issues, along with numerous problems and setbacks, we managed to deliver what the fans were hungering for. During all of this time, however, we got busy with creating another trio of magazines. We were so excited to get working on more, only this time with a clearer sense of direction and more time under our belt. In this edition, we take a glance at the upcoming crime noir FPS Fallen Aces and dive into the gore-fest fish person shooter. Then there's retro reviews of classic games like Nolf and House of the Dead 3, as well as retro-style titles like the blisteringly fast Hellbreaker and the utterly bizarre Gory Tale. A fascinating interview with the Timesplitters Rewind crew is also included, shedding some light on the fan-made remake that stopped and restarted development more times than you can count. Plus, we can't forget the cracking artwork from the likes of Bo, Finn for Osk, and many others alongside. Whether you've nabbed a digital copy or are currently holding the real thing in your hands right now, we'd like to thank you for supporting our humble little magazine. Keep on shooting and enjoy our content on offer. Cheers, Jake the Voice Par, co-creator and lead editor of E1M1 magazine. There you go. That's his official job title. Co-creator and lead editor. Right. Evictor. Acid First. Acid Thirst? I thought it said Acid First. No, Acid Thirst. Evictor allows players to descend into hordes of enemies like an angel of death. From 2021. KGR Vector. I have not seen this. Yeah, no, I have a feeling you're probably right. Which makes it even more impressive, really. Acid Thirst feels like a true labour of love, the work of somebody who grew up with the genre giants and yearns for the FPS mechanics of yore. The developer, KGR Vector, doesn't care for save spamming or hand-holding gameplay, as these have been replaced with a checkpoint system and blisteringly fast-paced skill-based combat. Cool. Unleash Hell, a preview. It's interesting. Kind of painkillery, maybe? No Light Games. I wonder if that got released. Currently in development, courtesy of No Light Games, Unleash Hell is set to reinvent the wheel of single-player arena shooters. What appears to be just another Devil Daggers on the surface, Unleash Hell is not only oozing with style, but also filled with the brim with depth and pizzazz. Everyone likes a bit of pizzazz. Effigy. I'm seeing some Unity particle systems going on. Gehenna, the Black Moon, has gone dark. You, visitor, are the means to bring an alien planet back to life in the FPS Metroidvania known as Effigy. Your exploration skills will be tested to traverse steep canyons and vast plains on a foreign world, partaking in some finely tuned combat as you double jump, reflect rockets back at enemies, and blast foes away with the triple-barreled shotgun. Nate Beren, is it Berens? Berens. Nate Berens. I think I'm saying that right. Developer was kind enough to lend me an exclusive build for the demo for this preview. I guarantee you're going to find it a treat. You'll be in for a treat. Oh, nice artwork. Gloomwood. It's very nice. Oh, very cool. I think it's inked and Copics, maybe. Seeing the telltale signs of blended marker pen. Very cool. I like the color palette. Awesome. Zomb Aliens. Zomb Aliens is the definition of you should never judge a book by its cover. While I was very skeptical of the title, especially when I first booted up the demo, I found myself both vindicated and very pleasantly surprised. Landing a shot between the eyes of a charging alien covered in silver plating is as satisfying as it can be. There we go, Fallen Aces. Get blinded by light. I'm not good with ring light. Ring light is pain. Come on. There we go. Lamar. Dripping with new blood style. Fallen Aces. Oh, so this is a preview. This is before it came out. Wow. Have you ever wanted to kick a mobster into an oncoming bus, throw a trash can at some crook and punch him to a pulp in a back alley, or maybe you prefer to slink your way to victory? Look no further, because you can do all this and more in the upcoming crime noir FPS Fallen Aces. Originally called City of Fallen Angels before gaining notoriety as Fallen Angels, Fallen Aces is being developed by Trey Powell and Jason Bond, and has been picked up by the publishing powerhouse New Blood Interactive, Dusk, A Medieval, Ultra Kill, etc. The game places you in the Switchblade City as an anti-hero of sorts. The Aces, vigilant guardians of the city, are mysteriously disappearing. It's up to you to get to the bottom of this, and you'll have to smack around a couple of no-good rats to do so. Jason Bond. I bet he's never heard that one. Taking inspiration from games like Condemned, Fallen Aces offers a hell of a combat system. Almost anything you can get your hands on can be used as a weapon. Knives, pipes, trash cans, the iconic Tommy gun. You can hastily duck and dodge enemies, block their melee attacks, punch them where the sun don't shine, and blow their heads off with revolvers. In just about every aspect, Fallen Aces is aspiring to be filled with personality. The game will feature dozens of levels and fully voiced cutscenes. The art is 100% hand-drawn by PAL, and the soundtrack will be created with real orchestral instruments. The comic book style drawing gives it a unique art style seen in few shooters in what looks to be a 1930s era gangster title. Fallen Aces will incorporate hundreds of dialogue lines authentic to the era. You can have your cannoli and eat it too. Powell has stated the game's tone will be similar to that of RoboCop's. The story will be overall sincere with some over-the-top moments to avoid taking itself too seriously. As for first impressions, it's easy to see why New Blood picked up this title. It's a creative, immersive sim that will no doubt appeal to fans of crime noir and legendary films like The Godfather and Goodfellas. The combat looks to be quite robust while still taking a back seat to storytelling. I'm curious to see if all 3 episodes will offer a variety of memorable environments. An immersive sim with shorter levels is bound to provide a satisfying experience for anyone looking to become a fan of the genre. At this time, the release date for Fallen Aces is New Blood's classic Soon TM. Interested in tracking the development for this crime shooter, you could follow Powell's Twitter at TreyPowell964 and join the New Blood Interactive Discord. And remember, if you don't make up for your sins in church, you do it in the streets. Ooh. By the way, you can hear a goon shitting his guts out for 5 minutes straight. It's part of your review. Bonus 5-minute poop sequence. Is that E1M1 magazine? Yes, it is, Dallin. You're lurking a lot, but no worries. You lurk as much as you need. But yes, E1M1 magazine. Fish loves old school shooters. Forget wearing its heart on its sleeve. This title tattoos its inspirations on its own face. Looks like Noah's Ark 3D is what it looks like. Oh, sweet. That's the chasm, the rift icon. That's topical. Fellow streamer Badweed, aka Tino, was playing Chasm the Rift last night for their first time, and they were very impressed by the how do I do this? Yeah, Tino does retro roundup is his thing. He does it twice a week, I think, where he's like going chronologically through like games of note. So he understands what's come out around it and the technology available at the time, and so the dynamic lighting, the locational damage and damage states. Yeah, it looks 3D, even though it's a 2.5D engine. I think the levels are 2.5D. That's how they're made, but they're decorated with 3D assets. But everything's all on one plane, ignoring the fact that you can jump up and down on top of 3D assets, but you're still technically flat because there's no above and below buildings. Anyway, it's very impressive. It looks like Quake Engine. Yeah, it's like somewhere between Quake 1 and Quake 2. But it does a bunch of Soldier of Fortune things before Soldier of Fortune got there. So, yeah, very cool game. Blood Dead on arrival. Ooh. More content for Blood. Blood and Doom 64 are retro titans in their own right. Blood is often considered the best... Excuse me, I'm a sip of water. Or tea. You heard a streamer calling Chasm Budget Quake. Well, shows what they know about Quake and about Chasm then. Oh well. Tea! Yes. Fun fact, there's another 2D platform indie type game called Chasm. It's basically what it originally envisioned for Quake. Oh, like Quake with his mighty lightning hammer, the D&D Quake, rather than the Slipgate Space Marine we got in the end. Doom 64 reigns supreme over classic Doom games because of its horror-themed atmosphere and more complex tricks and traps. It's no surprise that a mod mixing them together would be incredible as well. Blood Dead on Arrival, developed by Mr. Froz and Chunky Norwich, which is an amazing username, Chunky Norwich, is a beautiful mashup of two games that, in all honesty, I wasn't expecting to enjoy. I'm going to have to give that a play. Cool. Dead on Arrival. Shark. Now that looks like Quake and Chasm. Interesting. I don't know, Shark. Ah, it's a Quake mod, that's why. As to be expected with obscure abandonware that requires Quake, you'll have to crack your knuckles and put in some effort to get this one working. So it's a mod. Shrek, not Shark. Ah, I can't read. I'm dyslexic. This font is bad. No, it's a good font. I'm just useless. House of the Dead 3, classic. Virtua Cop. I've got a copy of Virtua Cop somewhere. It was like a classics re-release, single CD in a sleeve kind of jobby. You know, 99p from the works. Can't wait for Shrek 2, where we put some. That's Shrek. Ah, more sick pixel art. This is great. This I'm gonna have to look up this Bojust Bow. Their art is great. This rendering kind of reminds me of you know what's great about this is dithered. In real life, to me, that looks like a grid of blue and white. But on the camera capture, just at the right distance, you can see the face. And then you zoom in and you can see the dithering. That's like the CRT effect. That's so cool. Master. Absolute master. What a brilliant bit of art. Yeah, sorry, the rendering of the Doom guy reminds me of the Doom animated shorts by... I can't remember that either. Would help if YouTube wasn't so bloaty. But when was YouTube this slow? By The Door from E1M1 is their name. You should definitely check out their animations. They're fantastic. This is the dopiest thing I could ever do. Gives you an idea. Anyway. Yeah. The Door from E1M1. Check them out. You know you're dealing with a legit pixel artist when they whip out the dithering. Yeah. I mean, there's like, you can dither, but like understanding how the patterns that make the right effects is another thing. And now he's got me wondering which door. I think it's in their logo. Oh, it's not anymore. It's like it's Master Chief in their logo now. But, yeah, they used to be Used to have it in their logo. Anyway, fantastic Doom pixel art. Burn. Looks kind of quick 3 base. They only gave it 1.1.5. Multiplayer arena shooter genre really goes through peaks and valleys. Following its inception in the late 1990s. Burn was meant to be fast-paced competitive arena experience that players would flock to in droves, but it was barren and uninhabited from the word go. Oh dear. Duke Nukem Advance. It's time to play Game Boy and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum. I'm somewhat of a ditherer myself. Tips hat. Sweet. Requiem Avenging Angel is a game I really need to get around to playing one day. Why would you port Commander Prophecy to anything? It's a great game, but like I can't imagine it being good on Game Boy. Like, just how does that even work? Dream Killer. Pretty looking graphics. Prophecy is your favorite video game from your childhood. Nice. I got a boxed copy of it up here somewhere. I played that game a lot. I definitely wore out several joysticks playing Prophecy. I jumped from is it 3? Wing Commander 3 Heart of the Tiger? Straight to Prophecy. I missed out Freedom and whatever the other one was called. You've seen it, surprisingly. Not terrible. Ah. Yeah, I liked the sort of new blood spin. Not the company New Blood. I meant like the fresh talent that they brought in for Prophecy for the cutscenes, and but they still had like the likes of Maniac and stuff, and a few of the older people still in it. It was nice. It was good times, and the weird bug aliens, which are the new threat. Yeah, I like Prophecy. Nolf. I need to finish Nolf. I started streaming it. It was really good. I just did that thing where I stopped playing really good games because I don't want them to run out. Right, yeah, that's is it The Price of Freedom or something? I can't remember. That's the one where Malcolm McDowell's like an evil Civil War man. I can't remember. Yeah, I haven't played barely any of that one. I'd never owned a copy as a kid. I played that more recently. Just giving it a taster. Redneck Rampage rides again. Nice. One of the more underrated build engines, Redneck. The motorcycles, yeah. Rise of the Triad, Dark War. How do I pronounce that then? I'm detecting Slavjank. Slavjank detected. Nevsky Tibet didn't really make any waves. That's how you spell it then. Nevsky Tibet. Tibet? Tilbit? Nevsky. Didn't make any waves in 2005 and beyond. This was the year of the incredible trendsetters like Fear, as well as staples in massive pre-existing series such as Battlefield 2, Quake 4, and Star Wars Battlefront 2, you'd be excused, Russian or otherwise, for not knowing about Nevsky. As this was one hell of a busy year for releases in that genre. Developed by YZ Lab, Nevsky, is it Titbit? Writing is very blurry. You know the Cyrillic alphabet, but not Russian. Is it TIT or TIL? I can't. I think it's Titbit. Titbit. I don't know. It's a mix of elements of Shadow Warrior, Postal 2, and Duke Nukem brought together by the controversial writing talents of Dania. Why? Why did it have to be a Russian surname? Sidzi Po Weskowa? Wezoa? Can't. There's too blurry and Cyrillic. Can't read it. Published by Light Project. Game would only ever be available in Russia, and therefore never hit Western shores. Light Project only released the game on physical media, so unless you're going to dig up a disc copy or find some unsavory alternate online method, it's unlikely you'll ever experience this. That sounds like a challenge to me. We got Parkan working, we can get this working. The game begins with the... You play as the titular Nevsky Tibet, who begins the game strapped to the wall in a kinky sex dungeon. All of a sudden, a robot breaks through the wall and kidnaps your female companion, and now it's up to you to rescue her and fend off an alien invasion. It's mental, and soon results in you stabbing old ladies and fighting gigantic alien monsters in the city of St. Petersburg. Why does he have ears? Because he's in a kinky sex dungeon. Anyway, that's nuts. Is that a game I'm ever gonna play? Maybe. I feel like I was challenged. Nice Rise of the Triad artwork. That looks cool. Keep on tilting the magazine quite a lot. Apparently. Try to keep it in frame. It's pretty cool. Immortal Redneck from 2017. Thought Redneck Rampage was the only noteworthy hillbilly-themed FPS out there? Think again, City Slicker. By combining a slick sense of a movement with randomized roguelike elements, the end result is a polished and thrilling shooter by the name of Immortal Redneck. The title that really puts other randomly generated titles to claim to draw influence from the oldies to shame. The protagonist, an unnamed Yank tourist, awakens from a deep slumber only to discover that he's been mummified without any clue why. He realizes he can harness the powers of abilities of the Egyptian gods. He'll need to use these in order to fight his way out through 3 different pyramids and defeat the bosses in the summit of each just to find out what the hell is going on. I remember Immortal Redneck. Sounds fun. Hellbreaker. Ah, it's a score attack game. Okay. Gory Tale. Looks very silly, but reviewed well. A Medieval, another classic. I love that a game from 6 years ago is considered a classic in my mind now. It's not great. Project Warlock, another great game. Warlock 2's out now, isn't it? It's been out for a while. The darkness. Yeah, fan art's really, really top class in this issue. Infinite Pizza. Netscape Cybermind. Drawing clear inspiration from Half-Life, The Matrix, and Deus Ex, with a hacking love to jump across software gorges and strong guns to blast through the net's defenders. It's like a cyberspace game. Cool. Angerfoot. That's quite fun. If you like big frogs with giant feet kicking people through doors. That's what Netscape Navigator looks like nowadays. A cyber hellscape. Death Run. The story of a community-created game type. Most of the time when a designer opens their level editor of choice to begin working, they don't know how the work they've just started is going to be received. Days, weeks, months, or even years later. The year is 2003, and it was a cold December day in Germany when level designer Cyrus launched Red, the level editor for Red Faction, to begin work on his latest creation. What he didn't know, and wouldn't find out until years later, was that the level he was creating, which he would name Death Run, would single-handedly give way to a brand new style of play that would still be actively enjoyed by significant communities of players nearly 2 decades later. He himself would still be designing in that style as of today. The simplicity of the description he wrote for the Death Run all those years ago illustrates exactly how he saw his work. Death Run is a race. Upon loading, players are presented with guidelines that would later become standard for the style of map. Don't kill other players, don't cheat, and the first person to reach the finish is the winner. Simple enough, right? Players are kept behind a laser fence until they've read the rules, after which point they're free to attempt it. Obstacles in the original Death Run, vary from death-defying jumps over pits filled with lava to pitch-black mazes navigated without a flashlight. That's like some of the sections from Sven Korp, then. Run maps, yeah. I suppose it's like a precursor of surf maps. Scar, Serious Sam with grappling hooks. Maximum Action. I like Maximum Action. It's over the top and ridiculous and slow-mo and diving and yeah, Maximum Action's great. Proteus is great. Ultra Kill's great. Not played Nightmare Reaper. Lots of things are Cruelty Squad. Game I really want to play one day. Hot. Wrath. Develated. Project Downfall. Oh, there he is. You want some wang? A first-person shooter that has not aged well, but hasn't aged as badly as you think it might have. Going back and playing it not that long ago. Some of the lines are pretty risque, but also walk a line where they're so ridiculous that they're not really cancelable, because I don't think anyone. Yeah, it's an odd mixture of humor. It never get made today, let me put it that way. Fun game, though. Time Splitters. I don't know anything about Time Splitters Rewind. Is it a remake? Yeah. I don't like none of the lines I heard the last time I played it. The voice lines were inherently just racism for the sake of racism. It's more of the delivery and the caricature of the character. Like, if it was a game that wasn't made in America by Americans and was a white voice actor. Yeah, it just there's a line, and the line, you can't see it anymore because it's sort of been, the person who's been crossing over the line and walking along the line has been dragging their feet and kicking up the dust, and oh, it's spicy. It's spicy. It's not for everyone. But as a character, I don't think he's quite as archaic as, say, Duke Nukem is. But for some reason, that's not quite as cancelable. Anyway, let's not get into the politics of build engine games. Shut your pants, hey. Oh, it's the Bloodhound. That's awesome. Immortal Redneck was wild. Nice. Yeah, I had no idea it was Egypt themed. How you been, Shut? Anyway, ooh, some more art on the back. So, perennial astronaut. Oh, I see there. There he is. So there's a Doom guy with his big demon sword, and he's going to put it in this demon's butt. Also, his butt appears to be out as well. There's a lot of butts in this. Why is there so much butt in this picture? Get us between the cheeks, like a credit card transaction. Doot. Project Warlock is not considered good? Yeah, it is. Project Warlock's great. Isn't it? I mean, it got a sequel. Not a lot of indie shooters, indie boom shoots get sequels. So I think it sold well. And I think it's good. He's kind of asking for it. It's like looking back at the camera and going. Anyway, that was E1M1, issue number 4. Amazing. Thank you so much for that redeem. I'll stick it back in its bag.